All right, I am here talking with El Paso's own Jim Ward, founding member of At the Drive-In and Sparta. Jim, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me. How are
Good,
you?
good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Now, we're going to talk about this concert coming up December 8th. It's going to be at Lowbrow Palace. It's going to be Thursday, another one of my absolute favorite bands, yourself, Jim Ward, and Mercy Union. Now, Thursday, oh my God, their song, Understanding in a Car Crash, I swear, along with a lot of the Sparta songs, defined a big part of my life. So you have 20 plus years of friendship with Thursday, Geoff, Tom, Steve, Tim Tucker, the guys. How did this concert come about? Like, why now? Like, what made you say, let's do this?
So I just joined it. It's not, I didn't have anything to do with putting it together. I think Geoff came
Mm.
through on the Anthony Green tour
Hmm.
a couple of months ago, and I unfortunately was, I mean, not unfortunately, I was on the road at the time, so
Mm.
unfortunately I missed them being in town, which is always a bummer to miss your friends when they're in your hometown.
Yeah.
But I think Geoff sort of talked to people while he was here, and then according to their manager, he Geoff just went on their group text chat and was like, "Yo, we got to come back. It's been a minute." And
Yeah.
so I assume they just kind of booked it then, and then I just got a call from their management and said, "Do you want to play solo?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. It's home, and I don't play here very often, but I like for it to be a thing when I do. So this is a
Yeah.
good reason to play and to have my friends, to have my friends in town, not with a day off, which unfortunately our city sees so many days off from bands instead of shows. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're doing it, and they're a band that's full of power and passion and brilliance, and I can't wait, to sort of just. I love seeing them either way, but to see them at home is great, and to play a
Right.
show with them is better.
Right. I mean, the last time I saw Thursday, whoo, it was years ago, and that was my first crowd surf is to one of their songs. It was at the Warp Tour. Yeah, people. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm on country radio here in El Paso, but people don't know I grew up like a rocker, So, yeah, that was awesome. So, when you play your music, I want to know what songs get the biggest reaction.
So at a Sparta show or just at a solo show? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So I sort of end most things with air. It's sort of like
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, classic or
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
crowd
Like every
favorite or
band has
whatever.
has their so.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some songs that I can play. Like I like playing solo shows because I get to play things that I can't play in Sparta, right? So
Mm,
I have like a sleeper car record, a couple of sleeper car records.
hmm.
I have two or three solo records,
Yes.
and I don't ever play that stuff in at Sparta shows. I just play Sparta songs.
Mm.
So when I get to play solo, then I get to sort of mix, match everything and play a bunch of stuff. And I play by myself almost always. Sometimes I have a band, but this time I'll be by myself, which
Okay.
also allows me to change the dynamics of the songs. It allows
Yeah.
me to change. I can sort of go a little bit more on the fly and sort of bring things really down,
Yeah.
and feel the energy in the room and then bring it back up. And also it gives me a chance. When I'm on stage with the guys, with Matt and Neil, I try to keep the talking sort of to a minimum and just have like the rock show going on. When I
Yeah.
play by myself, there's a bit more time to sort of tell stories or to explain what songs
Mm.
mean, without feeling like I'm just boring the pants off the rest of the band. You know
More
what I mean?
intimate. Well, because
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
definitely
your
more.
more intimate. I heard your solo version of one of my absolute favorite songs, Breaking the Broken. And for me, it's tough for me to like two songs when I'm so used to one version, but I was like, I loved that version just because of the lyrics. Like the lyrics that you have in your music, I'm being selfish here and relating it to me, but they're so
Well, that's
deep
what it should
and
be.
and they're so like, with country music, because again, I'm on the country station, there's storytelling, which is beautiful, but there's not a lot of room for translation. And with your music, like
Mhm.
it could mean a million different things to a million different people. And I just love that about your music. So, I'm really
Well,
excited for
thanks for
this
saying that.
show. Are you working on anything new right now for yourself?
So Sparta has a new record coming out April 3rd, I think is the
Okay.
date right now. So we have announced that it's coming. We haven't announced the title. We haven't announced where it's coming out on. All that stuff's
Okay.
coming, but we have said that the record's done. Um, and I love it. And I'll definitely be playing at least one song off of that.
Oh, how
Um,
exciting.
yeah, I'm super excited about this record, and when we start that full cycle of press and everything, I'll let you know, and
Oh,
hope to
please.
come back and give you the record so you can listen to it.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, awesome. And so, you said that when your friends, your bandmates come into town, you're not here, it's kind of a bummer. But now that you both are going to be here, and when you are able to see them here in your hometown, what do you like to take your friends to do? Because you have a huge passion for your city. So, what do you like to take them to see? Or you
Yeah,
kind of just maybe not have enough
it's
time? How
almost
does that work?
yeah, it's almost funny because we'll probably see each other less on a show day than we would if they
Oh,
just had
shoot.
the day off. You know what I mean? Because everybody's
Yeah.
busy and they're working, and when you're on the road, I think people sort of assume it's just like you're hanging out until you play, but there's actually a ton of work that goes on behind it. Plus, everybody
Mm.
has other things that they're doing and other projects they're working on, and sometimes people are like, "Well, this day is laundry day, right?" So then that sort of occupies like an hour or 2 hours, and we have to worry about
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Stuff you don't
But
think
I do,
about.
there's like obviously the thing that the most important thing is to make sure that they're healthy and happy and fed. And if they want to get a drink or food or coffee, then I can take them somewhere that I feel is representative of our city. I mean, I'd love to do more. And sometimes, people have a couple of days off and
Yeah.
we get to do more stuff. But honestly, what I can say with 100% honesty is that when my friends are in this town, the first thing that they always say is that the people in the city are the best, kindest people. From Thursday when Coldplay was in town for a couple of days, they made sure to let me know how great the people in the city were. They made a
Mm.
point of telling me that. So I feel proud of the city, and I love when my friends are here, and I love when they get to meet our community because I think we shine.
That's actually the number one response I get too when I interview different people that have been in El Paso before and they're coming back, different artists or comedians or whoever. That's the same response. They love the
Mhm.
people, and I've done a bit of traveling myself. I've never lived anywhere else for too long, but I definitely understand where they're coming from. The people of El Paso is what makes El Paso El Paso. And you're no stranger to touring. You've toured all over the world many times. Again, you recently opened for Coldplay here in El Paso. What advice do you have for aspiring artists, especially here from El Paso, but pretty much, I guess, for anyone?
Yeah, there's this quote from this movie called Empire of the Sun that's like one of
Mm,
my favorite movies. And the kid is telling the dad, they're very fortunate family, right? It's the beginning of the movie before they're not fortunate. But at the
mm.
beginning, the kid is saying like, "Oh, we're so lucky." And the dad says, "It's funny, the harder I work, the luckier we get." Right? Like so
I've heard that quote.
yeah, so my advice usually
Yeah.
is just do the work if you want it. I'm no stranger to not doing the work and then
Mm.
feeling disappointed when something doesn't come my way because I haven't
Right.
put in the effort for it. But I mean, to me, obviously this industry changes rapidly.
Yeah.
It's changed since I started. I started touring when I was 18. I'm 48, 49, so it's
Oh,
like
wow.
quite a few
Yeah.
years of doing this. Um,
Yeah.
but the one thing that really hasn't changed is touring, is playing live. So
Hmm.
if you live in a city where you can play live in multiple areas, like around the LA area or the New York area, you're a little bit luckier in the sense that you can sort of branch out for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, come home. We don't have that necessarily here. So I think for
Mm.
us, it's a bit like if you're going to tour, you kind of just have to take the leap and just go for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is and just find your way. But yeah, my
Yeah.
number one, if you want to do, like Henry Rollins said it best, like get in the van. That's it.
Yeah.
Just
Just do
get in
it.
the van and do it. And then it's easier on this end of it once you've already done it to say to get in the van. I know it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard for us and we overcame a lot of stuff and we sacrificed a lot of stuff and we missed a lot of things and we lost a lot of friendships and
Mm.
relationships and all that stuff is just it's sort of it comes with the territory, right? And I
It's
definitely I've toured with people that went for a minute and then said like I don't ever want to do this again. I
yeah.
get it, and no shame.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that saying for anyone in any industry, you're going to fail and to fail your way to success, right? Just,
Yeah.
just, start somewhere. Now,
Also, the 10,000 hour thing is not a joke, when
oh
they say that it takes 10,000 hours to get great at something like that's true. Play every show you can, play everywhere you can, do everything you can as long as it's fun for you and worthwhile, then you'll get better at it.
right, as long as
But
you
yeah,
have a purpose.
failing upwards is definitely part of this job.
Right. So, speaking of touring, my daughter, she's 20. Huge fan of the music. She has a question, and I know
Okay.
this is a very difficult question for you. You don't have to say just one name, but who is your favorite band to tour with, or some of your favorite bands to tour with?
Oof.
Yeah, putting you on the spot a little bit.
We Yeah, I mean, there's kind of like there's like eras, right? So there's this like
Hmm.
nostalgic era of like sort of the height of At the Drive-In, like the 99, 2000 around there, where we were spending so much time with the band, the Murder City Devils. They were like
Ah,
our buddies, and we toured all over, I mean, the US, and we toured the UK with them. And it just became this big roaming family of like 20 people or 15 people or however many. There was tons of us. So there's kind of that era, where
yeah,
we're all figuring out, we're all cutting our teeth, and it's all of this is like a new experience. And the first time you see paparazzi, and the first time you're
yeah,
on a bus, and the first time all these like brand new things. I think as the years go on, it gets sort of more into less into that kind of crew mentality, and then it falls more into the sort of like really deeper personal relationships.
like a family.
Right. One of my favorite people in the world is Geoff Rickley. One of my favorite
Mm,
people to spend time with is Geoff. We're so similar. We can spend years away from each other and come back, and it's like nothing changed. So that's again, like just to bring it back to this show. We did the Wiretap tour in 22, I think, or 23 to 22. And he was our support. So he came and
mm.
played solo every night on the US tour.
Wow.
And just to have he rode in our van, like we just got to spend tons of time together, and there's a comfort and a confidence that you have being around somebody that you know that well, where you sort of intrinsically feel safe.
Mm.
And I think when you tour, right, it's a bubble. We all live in this little bubble, and we go from city to city, and we tend to be pretty insular, right? Because
Yeah,
you have to be, in a lot of reasons, you have to be
yeah,
kind of protective of each other and yourself. So when you have somebody that is with you that you can just let your guard down and be safe with, and emotionally and mentally and just physically feel safe around, then it's
yeah,
it's a great feeling. And he is an incredibly decent human being.
yeah,
So I'm so proud to be his friend, and I'm so excited that him and the boys are coming. And Tuck, me and Tucker are tight. So I'd love to
yeah.
see Tucker and Steve and Stu. I haven't spent a lot of time with Stu, but and I'm not actually sure who's playing guitar on this tour yet. If it's
Oh,
Wade, then
okay.
that's gonna be great. They have sort of revolving guitar players, so
And are you familiar with Mercy Union? Because I'm assuming Thursday brought
I'm
them because they're
not.
both Jersey bands.
Yeah, no, I'm not actually familiar with them, so
Okay,
that'll
that'll be
be.
fun too.
But also in this business, sometimes you show up and you're like, oh, I know you.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I believe that happens. And when you're talking about having that person, or if you're lucky enough, people to have that safeness with where you can be yourself, I'm sure it helps on stage. And it helps a lot too to know someone, that's going through what you're going through, because you're in a very unique and great and sometimes kind of bad position where you're doing touring and you have these people around you that want you for this or want you for that. And you have like, are you talking to me because you want something because of who I am, or are you talking to me because you genuinely like who I am as a person, not for what you can get from me? And I think that's
Yeah.
probably why you have that bond with other people that know what you're going through. So that's amazing. And I just wanted to, on a more personal level, tell you that your music. There was a time where I listened to your music to not take my life. And then there was a
Yeah.
time where eventually it helped me get through life. And then there was a time where now I'm at the point where I use it to enjoy my life, especially that song Breaking the Broken. Absolutely love it. I would regret it immensely if I didn't tell you that. And with
Well,
that
thank
being
you.
said, I like to say, because again, I'm on the country music station. Rock music saved me. Country music pays me, right? I have immense respect for both. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, are you a fan or do you enjoy any country songs or any country artists?
So first off, I love country, and I come
Okay,
from a
okay.
family. I come from my grandfather, who unfortunately passed before I met him, used to
Mm.
pick on Friday nights with my grandmother, would play piano, and they'd sing just old standard country songs.
Oh, wow.
Um, so it's in my blood for sure. And
Mm.
I have a band called Sleeper Car, which is kind of
Hmm.
country-esque, right? So we sort of say alt country or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm sort of like the outlaw country stuff, but
Yeah, oh, yeah.
somebody like Jason Isbell, he gets me every time. Like
Awesome.
in that range of country, sort of the emotional, like, I'm a sucker for like a hard drinking, hard loving
Yeah.
brokenhearted country song for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I love that stuff. I'm not a huge commercial country
Hmm.
fan, but I also respect the hell out of it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that people that can get up and I mean, Christine and I went to go see Jelly Roll when he was in town, and I loved it. I thought
Yes,
it was
yes.
great. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing, the energy and the message and the
Yeah.
performance and the theatrics and the production, all of that was great. I think as a young man, I would probably turn my nose up to a lot of stuff because I was trying to fit in to a
Yeah.
role.
Hmm.
And that's what a lot of young people go through. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're trying to find yourself, and sometimes you have to like really put on the blinders in order to see where you're trying to go. I think as you get older, those blinders sort of open up a bit and you can
Yeah.
appreciate things on a different level.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Swift is single-handedly saved a section of music that is amazing. Young kids buy vinyl records because of her,
Right? They're
right? And
watching football
they're
now.
not right. They're watching football, but also remember these kids have blinders on right now and they're Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. But as they get older, those are going to open up and they're going to
Yeah.
start saying like, "Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is cool. Oh, Iggy Pop is amazing. Oh, Patti Smith, horse." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're going to start going backwards and see all of the things that made Taylor Swift and all of that production and all that stuff possible. And I have a lot of respect for that, especially her as a human being, the way she treats her
Yeah.
crew. It's well reported how good she is to them, and that is
Yeah.
not normal. So
Yeah.
hopefully it becomes more normal.
Yeah, I think, they could have, I think she's a pretty good role model, considering a lot of them that are out there. To be a Swiftie, I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm not a Swiftie. I respect her. I like a lot of her music. I'm
Yeah.
not, we have a Swiftie in the group, but no, I agree with what you said. And, Jim Ward, it's been an absolute pleasure. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the listening audience?
No, just, thank you for supporting us during Girls Rock Camp this summer. It's good to see you again, and thanks to everybody who's just makes this community what it is. I'm a product of this community. I'm no better, no worse than anybody, but I'm definitely grateful. So
Well, you're
thanks
doing
for
a lot
having
of
me,
good
and
things
we'll see.
in El Paso, to El Paso, for El Paso. So thank you. And again, Jim Ward, he's going to be performing with Thursday, featuring also guests Mercy Union, December 8th at Lowbrow Palace. That must be a confusing name, Thursday, right? Like, I always thought about the band like, oh, the show's Thursday. No, the band's Thursday. December 8th at lowbrowpalace.com is where you can get your tickets. Jim, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate you very much.